score.
Morgan of Wales, the referee, very concerned, rightly so, that the corners are perfectly clear before he lets them get going. Crawford Ashley in the black trunks, the British light heavyweight champion in his second defence of the title against the challenger from London, Glazz Campbell. Does have a few problems here, Campbell, because he is well outreached, and in the effort to get close to land some scoring punches, he almost inevitably leaves himself open to a right cross, and that could be dangerous. Ashley won this title. It was vacant 9 months ago when he stopped the Midland boxer, Roy Skeldon. Took 7 rounds to win it in Dudley. Campbell in the white trunk, still using his feet quite well to keep out of trouble, but he's not able to do much work himself. It's basically a defensive campaign here to stop Ashley getting the shots across that he wants to put in there with the right hand. But he's so busy being defensive that he hasn't got much chance of scoring. So once again, the champion, Crawford Ashley, finishes the round on top, and he's quite clearly ahead now after 4 rounds. I've made him win 3 of them. The second I thought was level. So he's got a useful points lead, if the referee agrees with that, of course. But what we haven't seen yet from Ashley is all-out attack, and that's what you expect from this man who is such a good puncher. But he's clearly being told to keep it together, don't do anything rash, save the big stuff for later. And Campbell has got a lot of problems here to pick up the points. It's the only way I suspect that he can win here. I don't think he can stop or knock out Crawford Ashley, although you never can be too sure about these things. But he's got a real problem here to try and get some points.
Seconds out.
Against a bigger man.
Round 5.
Champion in the black trunks, Crawford Ashley from Leeds against Glazz Campbell, the Londoner, who was actually born in Sheffield. Keeping in close here, chancing his arm, try and do some work inside. Campbell looks a lot better working inside than Ashley does. Ashley doesn't quite seem to know what to do inside, but Campbell's performing quite usefully there, getting a few punches into the body and scoring at last. Maybe this is the way to beat him, he says. Interesting development here, because Campbell is now beginning to take the fight to Ashley, who's looking, I must say at the moment, very sluggish. There's a danger punch there, that right uppercut, as Campbell moved in, but didn't do any harm. This is certainly the best round Campbell has had by a long way. Crawford Ashley beginning to showboat, which is never a good sign. Ashley knows very well that Campbell is stealing his thunder here. Well, that was clearly the challenger's round. That's the first really good round he's had. And all that dancing about and fiddling about by Ashley was a sure sign that he was a bit disturbed there, because the play was being taken away from him by this man, Glazz Campbell. So Campbell gaining in confidence, as long as he doesn't get careless, because the other man is still dangerous. But he worked his way inside here like this, and he did quite a lot of useful work here when Ashley was trapped and backed up in his own corner, and he kept those punches pumping away underneath, and he looked a good deal better at the inside work than the champion. So I think that corner will be telling Ashley, you need to buck up a bit, old son.
Seconds out. Round 6.
Wide schedule for 12 rounds, and here we are coming up to the 6th. I still have Ashley ahead, of course, but the gap has been narrowed. And Ashley's still really quite reluctant to let the punches go. He's putting the jab in, but he's not getting the 1-2 working, and that's his strength. Extraordinary contrast between this defense and the last one against Jimmy Peters, which he got rid of in 55 seconds. And here we are in the 6th round, and the challenger is beginning to look more and more effective. Very indecisive round. Neither man's really taken charge of it. Nothing between him in this round, certainly. Four defeats on this man's record, and those defeats, well, one of them, of course, came from the man he's facing tonight, back in 1987, when he lost on points to Campbell. Other defeats from Johnny Nelson, the former British and European cruiserweight champion, who outpointed him in 1988. He was stopped in 2 rounds, the only time he ever has been stopped, by a man called Blaine Logsdon, who, strangely enough, has also stopped Campbell. But where is he when the titles are around? And, of course, the other man to beat him was that, in that European title fight last year, Graziano Ricciani in Germany. Glazz Campbell, who perhaps now feeling a good deal happier than he was, say, in the 2nd or 3rd round, when he was finding things very difficult. But he's had a little bit of success now.
Seconds out. Round 7.
So we move into the second half of the scheduled 12-round championship fight with the British light heavyweight title at stake. The title held by the man in the black trunks, Crawford Ashley of Leeds, and defending it here against Glazz Campbell from Brockley in South London. Noticeable now that the left hand of Campbell is more often finding the target. Earlier on it was dropping short all the time. I'm very puzzled by Ashley. I thought we'd see a lot of punching from him. I thought he'd let the punches go. But he's been strangely reluctant. Whether the fact that he was once beaten by this man all those years ago is on his mind, I don't know. But he's very reluctant to let the punches come, particularly with the right hand. Campbell still plodding away with the left lead, trying to get inside like this when he can and work inside. And Ashley occasionally looking as though he's a bit fed up with the whole thing. So far, it's certainly a below-par performance by the champion. Safe there. He's looking all around him. I think he got a bit hurt there. 1 or 2 punches caught him. And he's looked to his corner and said, I'm all right, but he's cutting it fine. He just about beat the count, and only just. And the bell The bell has come at a very appropriate moment for Glazz Campbell, who most certainly is hurt. He walked into a storm of punches. It's the first time that Ashley has actually opened up like that. And although he ducked and dived and tried to get away from these punches, one or two of them did catch him. And he couldn't find anywhere to hide. And in the end, he came in close and tried to hold on. And that didn't work either. He caught one there, you see. He took one or two of these quite hard punches to the head. This is where he came in to try and escape from trouble and couldn't hold on. And, well, he only just beat the count. So that's the first big, really big swing in the fight. Well, it was always the danger, once Ashley started throwing his punches, that they were going to do some damage. And it's as well, really, for Campbell that he didn't connect all that hard. Otherwise, it might all have been over.
Seconds out. Round 8.
Well, here's the champion's chance to finish this. The man in the black trunks with the ponytail. British champion Crawford Ashley has got his chance now to get it over in the 8th round. A lot depends what that took out of Campbell in those closing seconds of the 7th. Ashley being urged on by the corner. It's been a long time opening up. After the success at the end of the 7th, it's hard to understand why Ashley doesn't move in again and come up with another barrage like that. The adhesive tape on the champion's right glove beginning to come unstuck. Oh, that's the one. That's it. I don't think he'll be around anymore now. One big, booming right hand. I don't think he can make it, can he? Yes, he has made it. Will the referee allow him to continue? I'm not sure he should. He's in for trouble again. It's all over, it must be. And he's almost, in fact, rolled out of the ring. It's all over. 8th round, and Crawford Ashley has made the Lonsdale belt his own property. And we waited a long time to see the much-vaunted right hand, but when it came, it did its job sensationally. Here we are again. Oh, what a... It was rather like the right hand that Frank Bruno threw the other night against Ribalta. So, Crawford Ashley from Leeds makes his 2nd successful defence of the title, makes the Lonsdale belt his own property. And, well, the quite brave challenge of Glazz Campbell, sadly, all came to an end in the 8th round.